Hello, 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 and welcome to an episode of Flashpoint New Comic Book Day preview show. I am here in the shop. We are officially closed on Monday, but everything has come in ahead of time. And if Penguin Random House continues to provide us with comic books this early, I will try to make this a regular thing where on Mondays and maybe even Sundays, I'll show off all the comics, all of them that are going to hit the wall. And you can either in the comments of this live video say you want something held for you. You can comment or message us via Facebook or Instagram and tell us to hold something for you. Or you can email us at flashpointcomicsandgames@gmail.com and we will hold anything for you. But yeah, we're live on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter right now. And then this will get uploaded into YouTube for the rest of the day. So with that being said, can I get rid of my name? I don't want my name on there. You guys don't need that. Let's see. Can I move that? Give me 1 second. Let me make this look better because you guys are here for this, not for that. So show display names. Yeah, all right, there we go. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to start with independent while everybody gets situated, and then we'll jump to DC and Marvel. Hey, Chuck, how are you doing? I believe I had a chance to send over that invoice, but if you haven't seen it, let me know. Sometimes it makes me send it a second time. But yeah, I'm going to jump into it with independent books. Everything I'm showing you means it's hitting the wall. Now, could one copy be hitting the wall? Absolutely. So first come, first serve. But nothing that I'm showing you is just absolutely not available to the public. These things are all going to be available on Wednesday when we open at 9:30. Hey, what's up, Caden? Long time no see, man. I hope you're having a good summer, man. So I'm going to start independent, DC, Marvel. So we'll finish strong with Marvel. Assorted Crisis Events number 2 gets a second printing. We do still have number 1. So if you wanted to jump in on this series, we have 1s and 2s. I do not have 3s, but issue 4 did just come out. So if you're getting caught up on this, Denny's Camp, Assorted Crisis Events, there's a cover, and then there's a awesome variant cover as well. Those are all going to be available in store on Wednesday. Another cool thing for you 90s and even 80s kids is Biker Mice from Mars is getting a new series. Melissa Flores is a phenomenal writer. She's done Power Rangers, and now she's doing Biker Mice from Mars. Shout out to the Miranda brothers. We have Blade Forge number 4. This is the penultimate issue, second to last issue. And we do still have exclusive covers for issue 1. And then we have issues 2 and 3 and 4. And yeah, don't miss out on this phenomenal series. Shout out to everybody watching us on Instagram. Going live on Instagram is a little different for us. So yeah, no worries, Chuck. Just wanted to make sure. Sometimes it makes me send it a second time and people don't see it. Dude, you're in. You're good, Caden. I understand that summer is a time for you guys to enjoy. You know, Feral number 14 is out next week, along with a homage variant of horror movies. So I don't know what movie that is. Is that Midsummer? I don't know. You guys who are horror movie buffs will be able to tell me. I hate that light's right above me. But yeah, so that is a good book. Then Lost Fantasy is on to a third printing using the PlayStation Greatest Hits Final Fantasy cover. Mega Man. Let's talk more about 80s and 90s kids. Mega Man is back with an all-ages comic. This is picking up from the free comic book day book that some of y'all might gotten. Mega Man Timelines. And then there is another Mega Man. And then I will admit, for you original art fans, there is a blank cover, so that way you can get Mega Man drawn on here. Come out on Half Christmas and have Martha or Ethan draw Mega Man for you. They'll be taking commissions as well as doing sketches for kids. This is a very interesting. This is a very interesting book, and honestly, I wish my friend David Byrne. Hi, Travis. I wish my friend David Byrne were here to explain it better because I'm going to do not a phenomenal job explaining this. So I apologize, everybody at AMP Publishing and David Byrne. So this is Never Wars. And I believe there's Never Wars, there's Never Wars, and there's Never Wars. While the covers don't super tell you anything different, I believe this is Never Wars Oz, and it's a Dorothy story. This is Never Wars Wonderland, and it's a Georgie Bird story. And Travis, you're actually in the comments. Travis, explain to me like I'm 5 who Georgie Bird is, because I I am only familiar with Alice, Cheshire Cat, the Mad Hatter, and like I don't know Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm not familiar. So, um, and then this is Never Wars Peter Pan. And I do believe it's like a connected universe where you're going to get these stories from the perspectives of each of the said characters. If I'm not mistaken, when I get to the back of Dorothy, there is a map. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd hate to be wrong. I'd be so sad to be wrong. I'm a failure. I failed you all. I swear there was a map somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And now I'm just like over here flipping through a book on live television. So like, tell me I don't belong on live television. Oh, there it is. Yay. So if you can see, there's like Wonderland is here, Fairyland, Neverland, Land of Oz. So this is going to be a really cool public domain kind of like a crossover thing. If you love any of these, you don't have to read all 3. If you love Peter Pan, you do Peter Pan. If you love Oz, you do Dorothy. You know, these are all going to be available on Wednesday. All right. This is an awesome book. If you love horror, if you're a fan of James Tynion, you should pick up News from the Fallout. It is a very cool book by Chris Condon, a member of Scott's Collectibles. Shout out Dan Scott, Chris Condon. He's the writer of Ultimate Wolverine, but this is his independent self-published book, News from the Fallout. A cover, B cover. What is super cool about this, and I'm not going to spoil it, even though I'm flipping to the last page. All right. So when the book ends, this is not the inside page. This is a different book I have on here. When the book ends, there is a menu for Joe's Restaurant, Old Joe's Restaurant. All right. There is a phone number. For your convenience, call order 951-389-0236. When you call that phone number, you actually get the ending of the book, the ending of that first issue. The issue ends not on a cliffhanger, but you know, the way most comics end, you're supposed to come back for issue 2. You call that phone number, you get a smidge more before you get to issue 2. If you love horror, I suggest it. If you hate horror, I do not suggest it. Chris Condon did a phenomenal job on this. So News from the Fallout. It is absolutely a must grab. I'll take a copy of each Never Wars. You got it, Eric. There you go, Eric. Eric, I'm hoping you enjoyed your afternoon off. Jim told me it's going to cost me an extra Dr. Pepper. So, so he was funny. He was a good sport about it. Rockefellers by Peter Tomasi and the World of Ghost Machine is out. Sleep #2, if you love horror and body horror like Saw. We do still have some issues of #1. So the final issue of Universal Monsters The Mummy is out now by Faith Erin Hicks. Next book, I believe, is going to be Invisible Man by the great James Tynion. So we're excited about that. Void Rivals #20. And then you've got the Connecting Transformers variant for Void Rivals #20. Then you have a black and white version of this. If you're down for if you are wanting the Transformers connecting covers, I do still have all of the pieces. So it was Void Rivals 20, G.I. Joe, I believe 8, and then Transformers. And I have all 3, and I also still have 1 copy of each black and white. Matthew Rosenberg. Yeah, Matthew Rosenberg. We're taking everyone down with us. This is the second printing of #3. We do still have 1s and 2s. And then #4 comes out this week. So you can get yourself fully caught up on Matthew Rosenberg's epic, We're Taking Everyone Down With Us. And then there's a really cool variant here. And then Tyler Boss is doing You'll Do Bad Things, new book by Tyler Boss. And then for you old school Power Rangers fans, we have VR Troopers. I'm going to give you a quick backstory on VR Troopers before I make this video 2 hours long. VR Troopers was originally supposed to be where Tommy Oliver was going to go to. The lore is Tommy Oliver was created to be the evil Green Ranger. He was going to play his time out on Power Rangers. They were going to launch their own television show called VR Troopers, starring Jason David Frank's Tommy Oliver and the Green Ranger. Tommy Oliver essentially became so much a part of Power Rangers that you could not take him away. So they had to reboot VR Troopers into its own thing, had mild success, and now we're getting a true to form reboot in the comics. There is a cool helmet cover. Same artist that did all the helmet covers for Power Rangers is doing the VR Troopers. So that is the trade dress. You'll see VR Troopers there. There is, for the same price, a Virgin. Nothing on it, just the mask. Super cool book. I'm excited about that. There was a free, if you're on the fence about this, come ask me for the free comic book day book. I'll give it to you and see if you like it. There's also a blank cover. You can get something sketched on here by Martha or Ethan on Half Christmas. If you're a fan of The Witcher, Witcher 2, The Bear and the Butterfly, pick that up. And then if you're waiting for Stranger Things to come back and you're like, man, I'm just like so bored and I need more Stranger Things. Well, Stranger Things D&D came out like a few weeks ago. But Stranger Things Tales from Hawkins #2. And this is issue #1 of this Tales from Hawkins series. So there's that issue. That's A cover. This is cover B. This is cover C, featuring some cool 3D glasses. And then I didn't realize Ted Lasso was in Stranger Things because that looks like Ted Lasso. So you can ask for the Ted Lasso cover, and I will happily give that to you. Got him. Jim's the best, isn't he? All right, so that is all the independent books. If anything you saw on there you want, just shoot us a message. I'll be able to drop it in your box. If you're a Comics Den watcher, I can ship it to you. You know, we can make it happen, Captain. I'm going to take a sip of my water, and then we're going to jump into DC. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you're watching on Instagram, hit me with a comment. If you're watching on Facebook, hit me with a comment. All right, so we're getting the reprints of Absolute Comics #1 from Wave 1, so the Trinity. I'm going to shout out my boy Jesse James. He's doing his grand opening of his shop in DeLand on Friday, and he's going to have the great Mark Spears there. And speaking of Mark Spears, he's doing all the variants for the reprints. So you can pick these up here at Flashpoint on Wednesday, and then head over to Jesse James on Friday and get these signed by Mr. Mark Spears. Hi, Cindy. How are you? We were actually just in Lakeland for work. Like it was a drive-by, but we were in and out. Next time we'll definitely try to get together for lunch. Oh, are they on their way to Europe? Yep. Safe travels. So this is the Absolute Batman #1, Mark Spears. There is a foil version of this. Beautiful foil. It is $2 more. It's $7.99. There's Absolute Martian Manhunter #4 by Denise Camp. And then there is a beautiful Derek Chu variant. Super nice cover. Absolute Superman #1, Mark Spears. Absolute Superman, Mark Spears foil. Try to get you. There you go. Looks good. Then there is Absolute Wonder Woman, Mark Spears foil. Tell Chris, we miss you guys. I can't wait. First game of the season. Super excited. Then we got the Wonder Woman Mark Spears foil. Beautiful foil covers. The purple just really pops. I'm going to lower the brightness on my screen. Maybe that'll help that glare. So then we have Absolute Wonder Woman #9. This is the second part of the new story arc that started at 8. So if you did not pick these up, you can totally jump in right here. Oh, we do still have story packs of 1 through, I want to say 5 for Absolute Wonder Woman. So like if you miss the whole story, you don't have to wait for the trade. Just get the story packs.
1 through 3 and 1 through 5.
Yeah, we have 1 through 3 and 1 through 5. So pick your poison. Absolute Wonder Woman #9. Really pretty variant there. That's the lasso variant. That's what we're going to call it. If you're sending a message about this, say you want the lasso variant. This one is undoubtedly the In-Hyuk Lee Absolute Wonder Woman variant. Beautiful cover. Beautiful. Batman Ghost is a facsimile reprinting the Halloween special from 1995. There is Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. And then there is a foil variant to this. That didn't help at all. Cool foil variant. My absolute favorite book of the last, like, I don't know. Chuck, awesome. I don't know, it's been 4 months now because it's issue 4. This is a book that has no right being as good as it is. So this is Sonic the Hedgehog crossover DC. They're Robot Sonic is coming in, Metal Sonic is coming in. Go Bulls, baby. Yeah. So this is a must read. We do still have issues 1 through 3 on the wall right there. So this is something I'll have forever. I'll never not have Sonic crossover DC because this is my whole youth. And then there is a really cool nostalgic variant cover that kind of reminds me of Sonic 3. I think Sonic 3 is what I'm thinking of. My boy Dom would know all about this. He's the Sonic guy. Shout out to Dom. There are a few George Perez legacy variants. I guess I don't know. They're not calling them legacy variants. I'm gonna call them. Yeah, they're called legacy variants. Wow, look at me. George Perez legacy variant. So let's start with obviously the Flash. Beautiful cover. Rest in peace to the late great George Perez. Probably one of the greatest artists DC has ever had in the bullpen there. So this is Green Arrow. I want to say this is written by Chris Condon. Yeah, Condon's written this as well. You got a Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams. This is another George Perez. Then you're going to have Justice League Unlimited, George Perez. Then you will have Superman, George Perez. George Perez draws a lot of characters amazing. I think Superman might be the top of that list, though. So, George Perez variants. I do still have George Perez variant for Wonder Woman, Zatanna, and Aquaman as well. And I believe that is everything that has come out so far. So, feel free to let us know if that's something you're collecting. George Perez is just the best of the best. Green Lantern Dark. This is issue 5. I want to say this is the finale. Let me look. To be continued. Absolutely not the finale. But I do still have issues 1 through 4 of this in the store. So if you're not caught up on this, this is written by Tate Brombell, but it's art by Werther Deledra, who is the artist of Something is Killing the Children. So great horror book. Harley Quinn 52 is out this week with 4 amazing covers. Here's your A cover by Elizabeth Torque. Here is your Nubovich cover. Nubovich has been doing covers on this for the last 3 issues. Here is your David Nakayama. I feel like he's been doing covers on this since Elliot Kalan came on the book. And then there is a Pride Month connecting cover. And you're going to say, Danny, you didn't do the show last week or the week before or ever. How am I going to know what it connects to? Well, I failed you. Except I didn't. That's what it connects to. I do only have 1 copy of the Poison Ivy left. So just feel, if you want the connectings, just let me know you want both, and I will pull them aside for you because I only have 1 Ivy left. Then we have Justice League Unlimited number 8. This is the last part of We Are Yesterday, which is a crossover with Batman, Superman World's Finest, and Justice League. So that's your A cover by Dan Mora. You have your Ejikuri variant. Shout out to Art Germ Collectibles and Ejikuri. And then this is your variant by Tiago da Silva with the Legion of Doom. It's a great cover. Great cover. Then we have Mr. Terrific Year 1. I do still have copies of issue 1. This is issue number 2, featuring the Spectre. And then there's obviously his Fair Play jacket, which is very important to Mr. Terrific. I'm intrigued at how they will treat him in the Superman movie, because he's like a kind of an old school character. And speaking of old school, new history of the DC universe with art by a ton of people. I mean, this is a really cool book. New history of the DC universe. It's not a prose, but it's kind of a prose. I'd say it's a prose. A lot of splash pages with the bubbles kind of explaining to you who these characters are. So this is great for a newbie. Maybe you're trying to get your wife into comics, or or maybe when you're watching the cartoons, or your wife, somebody's got questions. Who's that guy? Who's this? This is a great book to hand off. Like literally, first issue is like Barry Allen. You know, so this is great. That's the A cover. There is a Ryan Sook billboard cover. There is an Art Germ foil cover. There is a Ryan Sook foil wraparound cover. I honestly would give somebody a $10 gift certificate if they can name all of these characters on the back of this without looking it up. Because I know Dino could, and Dino, you are not getting a $10 gift certificate if you did it, because these are all characters that Dino loves. This is the Dan Mora cover. And then Superman has a beautiful Derek Chu. Again, Art Germ Collectibles crew. Art Germ's proteges are some of the best right now. Derek Chu. And then Superman has the movie variant by Jerry Ordway, old school Superman artist. And again, if any of these DC books are something you want held for you, just message us on social media, or email us at the email that is about to scroll across the bottom, flashpointcomicsandgames@gmail.com. I will jump into Marvel now, and then we will wrap this up. So Marvel is going to have, to me, Marvel is kind of a light week. It doesn't feel as much as everybody else. So we got Doom Academy number 5. I want to say, is this the finale? Every time number 5 happens, I just like assume it's a finale. Yeah, this is a finale. I do still have 1 through 4s on this. So if anybody wanted to read the full story of Doom Academy, we got it. There's a character variant we have here. And then Deadpool number 15 is actually 350 in his legacy numbering. So it's a big $7.99 anniversary book. Flip this book over for an exclusive chapter of Deadpool Samurai. Dun, dun, dun. Special 300 bonus story. Read this side, right to left, for an exclusive installment of Deadpool Samurai. Deadpool Samurai was a really cool manga version of Deadpool. But this is your A cover. Then there's going to be Mattia Lolly variant. And then there is the MCU variant. I believe this is concept art from when Deadpool and Wolverine were going to fight the League of Deadpools, or Legion of Deadpools. So that is Deadpool 15 with 3 awesome covers. Fantastic Four 33 is out. And as I show you guys one of these covers, I'm going to ask the world a question. Fantastic Four 33, this is the A cover by Joshua Cassara. Phenomenal artist. For an A cover, this is phenomenal. It is still part of One World Under Doom. There's a Bring On the Bad Guys, where Dr. Doom is choking Johnny Storm. There is the What If Mickey and Friends Became the Fantastic Four. And then the Phineas and Ferb variants. Another 104 days of Danville's greatest super team. All right, guys, I have to ask, what generation is the Phineas and Ferb fandom? Because like everybody's gaslighting me into believing it's like SpongeBob but for another generation, but I haven't met anywhere near the amount of people that loved SpongeBob that love Phineas and Ferb. So like, please explain to me, like I'm 5, how Phineas and Ferb blew up and how I missed it, other than me just being old, because I know that's what I tell old people when they don't get something. I'm like, you're just old. So maybe I'm just old. This is my sign that I'm old, because I don't understand Phineas and Ferb. Giant Size Age of Apocalypse featuring Kamala Khan. This has some really good variants. You're going to see a Simone DeMeo with Ultimate Wolverine in there. You're going to see a Kale New with Rogue and Magneto. You're going to see an Art Germ with this pink lady with a thing on her face. And then you are going to see an Ivan Talavera with what I believe is actually same lady, just different haircut. So yeah, some amazing covers, especially the Art Germ and the Talavera cover. Godzilla vs. X-Men #1 is on a second printing. I do believe I'm out of the first printing, so this is like, yeah, I am. So this is the only way you can read this if you still needed it. Gwenpool #1, all new, all deadly. The original Gwen Stacy returns. So this is the Gwen Stacy that died in the 616 universe, coming back as Gwenpool. It's a pretty cool series. I do still have first prints in #1, but if you're dying for the second print, we got it. And #2 came out last week, so we got lots of covers. Matt, I saw your message on Instagram. I will open it as soon as I finish with this video. Shout out to Matt and his brother. They are the homies, as Matt said, for the culture. This is the Incredible Hulk 26, Bring on the Bad Guys variant. I'm not going to lie to you, as a Halo player in the mid-2000s, I call this the teabag variant because it looks like Galactus is like, he's clicking in that thumbstick on Hulk. He's like, click, 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 click. Yeah, so I just dated myself on how old I am there. Miles Morales, Spider-Man 34. I got one copy of the A cover left. First come, first serve. I don't know if this is still key or anything like that, but whatever. Predator versus Spider-Man #3. #1, I still have first and second prints on the wall. And #2, I'm out of first prints, but second prints are on the way, I think next week. So don't fear. I will have you on this series. This is the A cover featuring that evil Predator that's out there killing all the people. And then this is your variant cover. Super cool variant cover. Spider-Man Wolverine Fight to Death is #2. Carr Andrews variant. Super cool artistic book. Mark Guggenheim's writing this. So pick this up if you like either of these characters. This is an old school, who's drawing this? Eric Larson? I think it's Eric Larson. Kind of old school looking variant like that. Superior Avengers #3, where they finally take on the regular Avengers. I do still have issues 1 and 2 of this if you were interested. This Under One World, Under Doom as well. So that's the A cover. And I believe that's the Kyle Hotz variant cover featuring, I think that's the chick from Ant-Man and Wasp. I think her name's Ghost. I don't know. I can admit that I don't know. Star Wars Legacy of Vader #5. I want to say this is the finale of Charles Soule's. Oh, yeah. All right. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's not the finale. That's what we'll do. So this is this is the A cover featuring Kylo Ren, and I believe this guy's like General Hux or whatever. I call him the dude with the punchable face because he just had the most punchable face in that movie. Then there's this cool Kylo Ren where you see his hilt and everything like that. And then there is a Force Awakens 10-year anniversary variant featuring Podameron. I know his name. All right. I like pronouncing people's names wrong. It's fun. It's exciting. Gets me jazzed. Gen Z, I need this book. So it's Gen Z on the Phineas and Ferb, Matt. Is that the move that I didn't know? All right, a couple more books real quick. We have The Thing #2. I do still have The Thing #1. I love this Bullseye variant where he's taking Bullseye's knife to the head. And then there's the cat variant because Ben Grimm apparently would be a cat person. I don't know. I like it. Ultimate Spider-Man 16 gets a second print. This is first appearance of babe, who did Jake Gyllenhaal play in Mysterio? This is the first appearance of Ultimate Sorry, I felt real bad that I can remember that. First appearance of Ultimate Mysterio. Then you go on to Ultimate Spider-Man 18, which has 3 variants. There's an A cover. Miles has entered the fold. Enter chat. Then you have the Mr. Negative cover. And then you have this beautiful variant. This is my pick of the week. Uncanny X-Men 16 has 2 really good variants. The Jubilee variant, I think, is cool. Jubilation Lee, perfect for 4th of July, all them fireworks. And then there is a animated series variant featuring Rogue. Then we have Vision and Scarlet Witch by Steve Orlando. There's the A cover. There is a Bring on the Bad Guys variant. There is the Todd Knock variant. Todd Knock, I know, was just at Heroes Con. There is a Villa Lobos variant. Lobos, my boy. Size Vision Scarlet Witch 2. I do still have number 1. I think 2 copies of number 1. Wolverine and Kitty Pryde number 3 by Chris Claremont. I do still have copies of 1 and 2 if you're digging the Chris Claremont added continuity, but in continuity of Claremont universe stuff. So there's an A cover. And then there's a cool samurai variant. I think it's Amanda Connor. There is a facsimile of Uncanny X-Men 136, which I believe was the death of Jean Grey, or Death of the Phoenix. So, and then Alex Packendell is doing X-Men Demons and Death. This is like an added continuity kind of. I like Alex Packendell, so that's what I got to say. If you like Alex Packendell, he's done a lot of cool stuff with Marvel. Pick this up. And with that being said, guys, that is every single floppy comic book that is going on the shelf as of right now for Wednesday morning. If you guys go ahead and ask us for covers and it's only one left, then they will not hit the shelf. Everything is first come, first serve. The couple of y'all that said you need a book in the comments, you guys are first. Then anybody that comes in and messages us, again, message us on Instagram, Facebook, or go ahead and email us at flashpointcomicsandgames@gmail.com. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget, board game night is every Tuesday night. Come by, see our beautiful, well-lit sign that just went up. We open at 9:30 for New Comic Book Day. Be one of the first people in here. I actually want to say something. If you're one of the people that is you're kind of worried about coming in the morning while Comics Den is shooting their video because you don't want to interrupt, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's like the most respectful and coolest thing, and it shows me that our customers are genuinely great people. But I did want to put this message out there. Angela actually really appreciates when people bump in the videos and stuff like that. So if you're ever wanting to like check out the Comics Den or see Angelo or be a part of the video, come on in. He's usually here from about 9:30 to about 10:15, 10:30 maybe, doing his little live video, walking around the store. Super friendly guy. Shout out to them, Sarah and Angelo, expecting their kid in November, right, babe? November 5th. So we love them. So if you ever want to come and just like be a part of it, it's all about the community here. So they're helping us build that community. They are part of that community. So you can too, if you just want to be in the videos, or if you don't want to be in the videos, you can totally stand to the side. I mean, nobody's it's very fun here in the morning. So Reese usually comes in at 10 and we have a good vibe going in the morning. So with that being said, guys, thank you again for supporting us. League of Comic Geeks for FOC still. Nick, I just did I did everybody who did League of Comic Geeks yesterday as we were closing. Everything looked good. It's pretty easy for me to maneuver and figure out. So it's actually where I'm gonna start to want to move everybody to, because Diamond is gone. Diamond is like they're hanging on by a thread, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to service everybody while using that method. So League of Comic Geeks will be where officially everything will be. You can find us on there as Flashpoint Comics and Games. I'll make sure to drop a link on the YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to email us at Flashpoint Comics and Games, and we will get that done. And with that being said, guys, take it easy. Have a great day. And as always, collect what you love, and you will never have a regret on any of your comic purchases.